Hi again. Just finished reading this book, The Biology of Belief by Bruce Lipton. Don't know if you can see that. It's the second time I've read it. I've mentioned it before, but it's the second time I've read it. I really loved it. He's a scientist and he talks about cells. He's a biocellular scientist. But I found the book fascinating. But there's so many different topics we could talk about here. I've touched a little bit before about cells and how they've got intelligence. But what I wanted to share in this short film was that how he admits that when he first started doing his work, he's a scientist. He looks for results, outcomes. But as he got more and more into his work, he started to realise that, or he believes now that there's a spiritual nature to human beings, which he didn't believe in the beginning. But the more he got into doing his work and the more he worked with cells, he started to realise that, there's a spiritual nature to all of this planet, cells, every living creature. I sort of much agree with, for me, it was really good to read. I love when skeptical people actually look at the evidence and turn it, I guess in a way it reaffirms my own beliefs. And he talks about not God as a white man with a big long white beard sitting up in the sky. He talks about God as being the universe, which again I haven't got a problem believing. For me, I always say to people, God is love. If it's coming from love, then it's coming from God. He also talks about other cases in the book. One of his friends who was a top neuroscientist, and obviously he's operating on people's brains, and sometimes when people come back around after operations, they've had near-death experiences. And this guy, again, he's a surgeon. He's a top surgeon, so he always just put it down to the brain. Maybe they're dreaming, maybe they've imagined this stuff, completely didn't believe any of it. Then he got ill himself and had a brain disease. And he had a near-death experience where he went off and he saw lots of different things. I remember reading his book a few years ago. His name escapes me now, but if you get this book, he mentions him. And again, completely changed his life. And I'm off to California in a few days. I'm going to meet my friend Reverend Bill. And Bill talks quite openly. He's had a few near-death experiences. The guy's had an amazing life. I've mentioned him before. He was in Vietnam. He's a Vietnam vet, and me and him, we're going off travelling around California, which I'm really looking forward to. And I'm going to tape it. We're going to do like a bit of a vlog. Emma and Glenn at the Red Corner are going to lend me their camera, which I haven't got a clue how to work, but they're going to show me. And we're going to do a little vlog and keep a track of it, the journey. So hopefully Bill won't mind talking about some of his experiences here, his near-death experiences. Obviously, he's a very spiritual person, so I'm going to tape as much of it as I can and put it on this site and get it out there, and hopefully people will find it interesting. So that's the message that I wanted to share today. I'm a massive believer in reading. I keep saying it. I was talking to my friend Glenn Smith at the Red Corner today, and we were just on about different people. Some people we know, other people we don't know, that we listen to on YouTube and different things. And we were just saying about how these people, how highly intelligent these people were. And a lot of the times it's just because they're reading. All the information is out there, just got to go and get it. I've always loved reading, so it's not a problem for me. But that's what I wanted to share today. It was really good for me. Like I said, when I read about these scientific people, really scientific minds, and the more they discover, then they start to talk about a spiritual aspect. I always talk about the conscious mind, subconscious mind, but for me there's also a spiritual aspect to all that as well. Our higher selves, whatever you want to call it, God, your higher self, and that's what I wanted to share with everyone today. And like I said, Monday I'm going to California, so I'm going to share as much of that trip as possible as well, and hopefully people will get something out of it. I know that I'm going to get a lot out of being with Bill for a couple of weeks, so enjoy the rest of your day. And if anybody's got any feedback, as always, just fire it up there, put it up. Thank you.